Hi everyone, I'm out here today and we're going to be talking about corn. So I'm going to bring you over, watch out for the pumpkins. I'm going to bring you over here. Oh, it rained, so it's I don't really want to get in there because it's muddy because it rained. And if you obviously walk, well, you know what, not even obviously. I didn't know that if you walk on that soil, what's going to happen is you're going to pack the earth, and then it's going to be really hard for any of the plants to come up through the soil. So it's really muddy now, so I won't go in there. But even when it is dry, try to use the same path always. Don't walk all over the garden, otherwise the plants have a really hard time coming up through the earth. So I want to talk to you about the corn. This is how the corn is doing thus far, which is pretty good. It's almost ready to harvest this stuff. I can't get in there. Let's go take a look and see how it's doing down here. Oops, isn't this pretty? Birdseed. It came in birdseed. I have no idea what it is. I just let it drop wherever it goes. So this corn came from Bessie's, I believe, and I will link the picture for you. It's doing really, really well. It's almost time to harvest it. Do you see those little grasshoppers there? Can you see those? They're everywhere, see? Little Jiminy Cricket. Hi, buddy. I love all creatures, but these little grasshoppers will eat everything. And so I'm really hoping that the corn will be available to be picked, be harvested before they harvest the fields. Because as soon as they harvest the fields, what's going to happen is any grasshoppers that are out there in the fields, they are going to come into the garden and they're going to eat all the food. They're going to take all the food out of the garden and they'll just eat it up and there's nothing left for us. Let's go take a look at these other corn. Alright, so now I know I need to mow the lawn. This soil is a little bit better. You can see it's still quite wet, so I have to be really careful where I walk. So I'm going to walk in between the flowers here and the corn so that it doesn't mind if it gets packed down. I'm going to be really careful. There's a lot of things you need to learn when you live in the country. So what has happened to this corn? See how it has fallen over here like that? What's happened, and there's the other corn, we'll go take a look at that. What happened is the wind, it's so windy, the wind toppled it over. So sometimes the wind will be so hard that it just knocks the corn over. And these corn are taller than I am. I say maybe 8 feet. And take a look here. Oops. Step on anything. So yeah, the wind will topple it all over. But what I want to say to you is that if the wind pushes it over once, it only does it one time, the corn will stand itself back up. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but usually it does. For this time, it might not, because this corn is so tall. I don't know. Come on, stand yourself back up, little friend. So let's see how there's any corn in here I could take a look at. It's quite lovely, isn't it? Just beautiful. In that other video, as I told you, you'll be able to see how to grow this. And you don't have to grow as much. But the corn is really great in canning, and I'll show you how to can that, and we'll make some dishes from it. So I'm looking, and this corn isn't quite ready, so it's like a later corn. Let's see, do I see anything in here? See this one, I don't see, oh, there we go. See, starting, little hairs like that. That's the top of the corn starting, which is really cute. It's so pretty. Oh, I love the country. Let's see what the grasshoppers do in here. So, oops. Oh, I have to move this plant. Alright, so we'll go over here. And I'm just, as I say, look at all my weeds. next year, you guys, I'm going to be trying to be on top of this even more. So this one, here we go. We can see, oh, I'll try to stay in my footprints from last time. All right, so see, this is what has happened here for this corn. Now, whoops. This corn, let me try to stay in the same area so I don't pack the earth. This corn is what we picked. So this corn, we saw us plant together, and it's just coming up. So this is going to be a late corn, and oh, it's just so beautiful. See? And that's going to come up and be delicious. So I just wanted to come and show you what the corn is looking like, what stage it is at. See all my Canadian thistle? Yep. Nobody's perfect, you guys. We are going into a global pandemic. Well, we are in a global pandemic. And the way that I see it, usually I would spend a lot of time and there'd be no weeds here. But I figure growing as much food and getting everything preserved is more important than how many weeds are in my garden, in my yard, except for in the yard, not the garden. All right, so this shows you how it's coming along. Oh, I wanted to tell you something as well. I'm going to take you back to the other corn, and I'm going to walk in the muddy garden because I need to show you something. It's really, really a good way to handle some of these bugs. All right, you have a choice when you're handling your corn. What you can do is, if you're trying to do it organic, which I guess most of you watching this want your food organic because you want to know what's in your corn, you try to always get heirloom seeds, you guys. Heirloom seeds are the type of seeds that you want. Those are non-GMO seeds, right? And you can look up why you want heirloom seeds. So something that you can do, we spray everything with neem. Well, I don't spray it, but everything gets sprayed with neem oil. And that keeps a lot of the bugs away, but you have to continuously spray it. So what you could do is you could take some oil, olive oil, and you put it inside here. That's going to drown any of the bugs. You could start early and do that. Or don't drench it. Just a little bit of oil in there will kill the bugs and the plant will still be able to grow. You could try that. Okay, I'm going to walk through here. Hopefully it's not too muddy. Very flat-footed. So flat feet, flat so that I don't collect too much mud. Oh my goodness. Getting stuck in the mud is not cool. All right. So I'm as close to the, oh my goodness, I'm in the corn, I'm in the mud. But you guys have to see this. All right, see this here? Okay, this piece of corn is almost ready to be picked. What you could do if you have a problem with bugs getting in there, take some olive oil, put it on the top here and let it soak in here. Because what happens is the bugs will crawl into here, and then you'll get those black bugs sometimes all the way around it. Don't use diatomaceous earth because bees, anything else that touches the diatomaceous earth will die. So all you need to do is put a little bit of oil into the top there, and that the bugs try to get in and they drown and die because they have to go for so far. Right? All right. I just ate some corn, you guys. It's delicious. So if you're going to eat your corn right away, you take the little silks off, strip it, 25 minutes, boil it, and then you can let it cool, or you can put it in cold water actually to stop the cooking process, and then you just cut off the kernels like that, and you can eat it right away. It's yummy. Let's go take a look, and I want to show you the corn, that it's so resilient, it just stands right up. This is so great. I had to eat some. The dogs really want some. Hi, Siva. The floor is dirty because we're walking around outside. All right. I want to show you, see, the corn is picking itself up. It's just this really weird thing. The roots grasp in there and then they stand back up again. I think it's really great. They just get knocked down and they just stand back up again. Look at that. Any in there? Oh, look. Some of the corn is almost ready to go. These ones that are a little bit in here. See? Like I said, just on that little bit of hair, a little bit of oil if you're having a bug problem. We aren't having the tiny bug problem this year, but what we're having, massive grasshoppers eating everything. So you never know what kind of year you're gonna have. But I wanted to just show you that cool phenomenon. I think it's cool from coming from the city, is seeing the corn stand up. Look at that. They just all stand back up together. It's so weird. But look how beautiful that is. Beautiful. I don't know if you've ever seen corn, real corn, up close, but that's what the plant looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? I wanted to show you guys that the corn, look at it, it's all standing back up. I also wanted to show you the corn is ready to be harvested when this little bit turns brown here, right? Okay, I just wanted to let you see that. See? So resilient.